Hello everyone. This one will be a 30-minute kind of overall wake up, and we will do some shoulder opening as well and stretch. So let's get started. So breathing in and down. Breathing in. Breathing in. 2 more. And breathing in. And let's tap. And massaging that lower back. Maybe taking the knuckles and making circles. And perhaps doing a little gentle pinching, just releasing the muscles in the hips and the waist area. Okay, shaking it out. And I'll put the music on for Caribbean Blue. Sunrise. Back relaxer. Roll it. Sunrise. Back relaxer. Bubble. Sunrise. And back relaxer. And roll it. Other way. Heels up. And marching, kick the feet up. And to some tap tap step. So find your little patch of floor and tap tap stepping, and I'm going to make some turns here. Just maximizing the use of space. If you're doing a tap tap square like I am, you might want to reverse direction. Let's do one that we haven't done in a while, which is the toe walk. Remember the good old toe walk. Walking on the toes. And this can also be, interchanged with the heel walk, the penguin walk. So doing a bit of heel, and then a bit of toe. Generally, toe is easier, especially if we have worn heels at some point in life. Okay, some heel, some toe. And we'll go to some tight ropes now. Remember, looking ahead or slightly up. One foot in front of the other. And if your balance is, good today, some backward walks. Mixing it up backwards and forwards. Very nice. Okay, we can continue a bit of balance, coming up and down, raising the heels and lowering. And maybe even holding it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. And holding it up for 5, maybe closing the eyes. 2, 1, and lower. And let's try for 10. Option to close the eyes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. Maybe shaking it out a little bit. Now you may want to grab your trusty chair, or if you've got a door frame handy for the one leg stand, you could use the door frame or the wall to stand on one leg. Just be mindful that your hand is not behind you. So if you're trying to touch the wall behind you, it's going to rotate your body. You may not find the balance as easy. So, generally find something to hold on to the side, like a chair or wall or door frame. And in my yoga class, the teacher very helpfully said, what in your body helps you feel more stable? Is it the abdomen? Maybe it's the breath. Maybe it's the hips or the strength of the leg. So just connecting with what in your body makes you feel more stable as we change to the second leg. And if you are having a great balanced day, Perhaps challenging the foot by moving it forward and back. Perhaps the foot is still and the hands move up and down. So this can throw us off a little bit if we're moving our hands. Might want to rotate the knee out and in. Yeah, and where does your stability come from? We can't really find it unless we challenge our balance. So if you are feeling balance challenged, fantastic. You're connecting with where your stability comes from. All right, okay, walking it out. Okay, let's get that ball and have a little playful moment after the rigidity of balancing. And we can give the hands a little bit of a warm up. So hand over hand. Perhaps taking the ball in the fingertips, rotating it forward and back. And our dexterity exercise, where we peel each finger and then the thumb off one at a time, and then placing each finger back down one at a time. Now, if that is fairly straightforward for you, try doing one hand at a time. And then back down. And we'll pulse the palms together with the ball in the middle, shoulders down as a wrist strengthener, strengthening up those muscles around the wrist. And this one can be done with fingers pointed forwards as well. Okay, since we're thinking about wrist strengthening and naturally arm strengthening as well, let's do a few of those wall press-ups. So basically we're just making a slight angle towards the wall, trying to keep the head back, the head in line with the body. And then I like to put fingers pointing up and just kind of moving my elbows, bending my elbows to do the wall press-ups. The other way to do this is actually fingers pointing out. So out to the right and the left, and then pressing up that way. I prefer fingers pointing up. All right, nice. Maybe 3 to 5 more. All right, we'll come back to the wall near the end to stretch out those shoulders. But I believe we have a little time to do the sit to stand. This is a great exercise for a shorter workout because it's quite a strong exercise, and it's going to, mainly work the leg muscles, but help with all sorts of getting out of chairs, out of cars, out of buses. So, hip walking to the front. Remember, level 1 is pushing off the chair with your hands or fingers and shuffling back. If you don't have a chair, you can always do squats instead, which is going to be, also strengthening up the legs. So if you're doing sit stand though, that's number 2. And go for 3. I'm going to go relatively fast at this speed aiming for 10, but feel free to take it slower and maybe do 7 or 8. So here we have, if you're with me, this is number 4. Number 6, if you're with me. Seven. Some of you may want to stop at 7 or 8. And have a rest. Here's number 8. And if you'd like to go for the Olympic gold, let's go for 2 more. So 9. And then 10. Fantastic. All right. Good work shaking it out. And let's grab just a sip of water. Okay, we'll take the resistance band for a little bit more arm work. And we'll begin the shoulder opening as well. So, yes, you have your band. Just grabbing it about waist level. Shoulders back. Core in. So we've got good posture. And then it's hitchhiker, thumb towards shoulder. You may notice in this one, it's not just the bicep that's working, not just the arm that's working, but it's all these stabilizing muscles of our posture. Okay, changing sides. And then why not, since we have the bands, let's do that upper arm tricep strengthener in preparation for that spring gardening. And again, we set up well, just stepping with 1 foot onto the bands, and then it's palms towards the ground, and arms come up in a V. And notice they don't come up very high at all. And where you might feel this is upper arm. If you feel it in your back at all, hang on to the core a bit more. Tighten the tummy muscles more, because that will protect your back. I'll show you this one from the side. So you can see my arms aren't really going out to the side. They're going out in a V, about 45-degree angles. Okay, we're about halfway. So let's just change our foot and continue. I'm going to do 1 more. All right, fantastic. Relaxing that out. And yeah, let's do some of that nice shoulder opening. So if we tie the bands in a loop, so it's about shoulder width across. And we just place our hands facing each other in the loop. And then coming back and down. And again, be careful not to overarch your back here. So keep those tummy muscles engaged as you pull back. And it should feel nice, like a big stretch on your shoulders. Okay, and the other one is quite good at opening our shoulders, is actually coming up this way. Again, hanging on to your tummy muscles and coming down. And I'm pulsing outwards. So palms are facing each other, pulsing outwards as I lift and lower. One more. And then for those of you who do like this shoulder stretch, placing the band, it's fine that it's doubled up across one shoulder. This arm goes straight up, palm faces the back, comes down. This other arm goes out, palm faces the back, and it comes up. And basically, you're now grabbing the bands and working towards moving your hands together. So you're crawling those hands together until the fingers touch, which may take years. So if you're here, that's fine. You know, just what you're looking for is a stretch in the upper shoulder, elbow reaching to the sky, and the other shoulder, the elbows reaching down. So if you feel the stretch in both shoulders, even holding the band like this, that's great. We're just aiming to stretch the shoulders. And yeah, avoid crunching the head in this one. You know, you want the head to be free, elbow pointing to the sky. Nice work. Nice work if you did that with me. It's quite strong. Okay, and then other side. Now if you aren't going to do this one, just, you know, grabbing the arm and pulling it. You know, that will give you that similar shoulder stretch at the top. So just working with that stretch. But if you would like to do the other side with me, popping that band over the shoulder, arm reaches to the sky, hand backwards, coming down, and then the other hand goes out, palm flips to the back and coming up. And yeah, you might be here, and that's absolutely fine. And then just work with crawling the hands towards each other. And remember not to crunch the neck, elbow reaching to the sky. Nice. And in all of these, if you actually feel pain, back out of it. We don't want pain. All right. Now I hope your shoulders feel a little looser after that. So we'll come to do some Tai Chi and then a little more stretching out. So we're in the more gentle part. Don't worry now. We're in the more gentle last 5 minutes of this video. Okay, getting a nice comfortable stance. Breathing in and down. wind, that spring wind. Breathing out. And changing sides like the wind. We'll come up to the fountain, breathing in, hands out. And we'll move into that upper back stretch, like you're hugging a nice oak tree. An open chest stretch. Maybe the arms are a little further back than usual after our lovely band work, and then coming to the wall, crawling one and stepping towards the wall. And then other side. And then taking one hand with fingers pointed backwards, placing the hand against the wall, trying to squeeze out any air in the palm of the fingers. I already do feel that. It's lengthening my fingers. Now that may be enough, but if you would like to get that stretch in the shoulder too, walking forward, fingers pointed back, walking forward. Lovely. Other side. Starting with the hands right at shoulder level or slightly below. Fingers pointing back. Squeezing out the air between palm and wall. And then perhaps taking a step forward. One more stretch for the legs. So one leg forward, bent, back leg straight. Heel coming up and down of the back foot. Changing legs. Separate the legs and come to a beautiful back stretch. Walking towards the wall to come up. And then we will just take a few breaths in and down. A few breaths in. One more. Namaste. Thank you for being in this class with me. Take some time, that was quite fast and furious. Take some time to wind down now.